fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Unit Robo Trailer Lobster Eggplant from the Unit Roborn Machine Robo Universe line from Bandai. Now, we've seen a couple of these in the past, and it's usually just two items that you connect together, and they transform into an animal or a robot of some kind. This time we have three. One of them is a massive eggplant, as you can see right there. We also have the trailer and the lobster. The lobster is a reuse from Apple Lobster, which was a previous one that we took a look at. And we'll bring him in a little bit later on for a comparison. But we have an overall bluish-purple color scheme going on here. If we spin around to the back, it gives you the connection instructions, shows you the robot that you'll form with all three. And then it does show that it is compatible with Apple Lobster over here. You can kind of switch them around. They are interchangeable, so we'll take a look at all of that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here are the three components out of the packaging. We have the trailer, which is very basic. You can put these pieces down, but they kind of run into each other, so it doesn't really work. I will say it feels a little flimsy. I kind of wish these connected somewhere in the back, just maybe like a simple little clip just to keep that together. But otherwise, you have a little bit of paint here on the front for the windows and the headlights. But it's a very basic little truck. You have some stickers under here for the robot mode and some wheels. It rolls all right. Not the best, but it's fine. And I guess you can rest some things here in the bed of the trailer. But otherwise, it's pretty basic. We have the massive eggplant, which has some nice paint here on the top. I feel like that should be green. Isn't that how eggplants work? But in any case, it's nicely painted. It's massive again, especially in comparison to, you know, the trailer and the lobster. Although I guess the lobster is massive in comparison to the trailer as well. These are not in scale, is what I'm trying to say. So we have the eggplant here. This does, well, it's an eggplant, so it sits there. Then we have the lobster. He has a little bit of articulation. We have a ball joint here for the pincer claw arms. These can move a little bit, but that's pretty much it. And then just to do a comparison with the previous red lobster, they are exactly the same. So they are just painted a little differently, but otherwise it is the exact same mold, has the exact same clips and articulation points and everything. So we've got two lobsters here, and they are interchangeable because of that. So if you like the look of the red, you want to break up the color scheme a little bit, you can go ahead and use the red one here, and I'll bring it back and we'll switch them out a little bit later. But yeah, that's pretty much it for them and their individual components, so we'll go ahead and get them combined. So the first thing we're going to do is take the trailer and the eggplant, and we are going to connect them on here like this. And that's going to split the legs apart. Now that is ridiculously suggestive, but that is going to be the back of the robot mode. So we're going to flip the legs around, or I should say the feet, and then he'll have nice heels here. And then you have the eggplant jetting out the back. Then we take the lobster and we connect that onto the top section here. And that's going to split that apart and kind of flip this around. So let me angle this up ever so slightly. For whatever reason, mine never flips open the entire way, but we're going to fold these down. We're going to use those ball joints to bring the arms forward, like so. Then we're going to come around to the back here, and there are some wings that are going to flip out, like this, and then you will angle these pieces up kind of like one click, and it'll stop there. And there is our finished robot mode. I like the look of this a lot. I think this is really cool. The robot head sculpt is very neat. Again, it is exactly the same as the one we saw on the other lobster. You have the music note eyes, because there's like a music theme for this line. You have the stickers here. Some stickers up here as well, but you have some nice silver paint there for the face. We have stickers here for the wings. Stickers here on the thighs. And then you have the ball joints here for the arm. It's really the only articulation in the whole thing, unless you know, count flipping down the wings a little bit. But I don't really. But it's a cool looking robot. I think it's really neat. I think it works. I like how this is kind of flush. You have the top section of the trailer here that's kind of, you know, flush with the open version of the wings. I think that was really cool. I wish this could almost fold down a little bit as well, so that wasn't jutting out the back, but it's not a big deal. Technically, I guess you could utilize the springs here for butterfly joints if you wanted. It's really for the transformation, but it does kind of work, and then he can kind of do like a grabbing action or a pincing action there. So yeah, it's a cool looking robot. I think they did a really nice job with this. It's a simple transformation, but it works, and I think the robot you're left with is actually really cool. So we do have a couple of options for customization here. What you can do if you would like, we'll go ahead and take these components apart here. If you want, you can just go ahead and connect these two directly together. If you would like kind of a shorter, stubbier robot, those can connect, and that looks pretty cool. I still think it looks cooler with the wings, but you can absolutely go ahead and do that. Or if you want, we take this off, we can bring in the red lobster and connect that. And then that will spring open as well. We'll fold these down and bring the arms forward. So you can absolutely mix and match the lobsters. There's no problem there with that. You can take this off, put this piece back on, and connect this onto here. And then we can bring the apple in from Apple Lobster and connect this on here. And that will pop these down and flip this open and spin this around and fold that back. So you can absolutely switch them like that. Or you can take this whole component off and attach that to this, which gives it a little bit more height. So you could put the wings over here with the apple. I think that actually looks kind of cool. I like having the little bit of color to break that up, but if you wanted to switch the lobsters again and have blue, blue, red, you could certainly do that as well. Put red over there. So it's kind of neat. I mean, between these two sets, you have a lot of different combinations you can do, and I think that's really cool. And I think all the combinations look good, which is nice. So all in all, there's a lot of play value here in terms of making different combinations and such, and I think that's really great. I think this is a really fun set. I love all the compatibility with Apple Lobster and all the different combinations you can make with that. I think it's a really great color scheme. I mean, blue is my favorite color, so I'm probably a little biased, but I think the new lobster is painted very nicely. I like how it kind of gradiates to this like kind of steel color here on the claws. I think that looks great. The articulation really lends itself well to the combined robot mode. I mean, the giant eggplant is obviously comically hilarious. I do kind of wish this part was painted green. I don't really know why that's purple, but it is what it is. And in case you were wondering, it doesn't quite fit in the bed of the trailer to haul it around. You can kind of get it to balance, but it's not. It kind of looks like a cement mixer there. I do really wish that there was some kind of little clip here to keep the legs together in the back. I do really feel like it needs that. It doesn't hold together all that well on its own. But other than that, it's a fun set. I definitely recommend checking it out. I got mine from Amazon Japan. They had a pretty good deal, and I was looking for something else to combine shipping, and it worked out great. And I'm glad I did, because it's a really fun set. And I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you already have Apple Lobster and you've just been collecting the line. I think this is a fun addition. Even though they do reuse one of the ones you may already have, there's a lot of possibilities with Apple Lobster mixing and matching, and I think that's really cool. So definitely recommend checking this set out, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.